All right, today we're going to be talking about reality transurfing and navigating through life's rapids. Here's the quote for today. Everything can be done a lot more simple than you think. Yield to the simplicity. It is the mind, not the flow, that carries you to the edge of the waterfall. Everything can be done a lot more simple than you think. Yield to the simplicity. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about today, and how to find our way and navigate our way through challenges that we may meet. So we often find ourselves battling against currents, struggling to stay afloat amidst the challenges and uncertainties. However, what if I told you there is a way to glide effortlessly with the flow, harnessing the power of simplicity and trust? Reality Transurfing is a book written by Russian quantum physicist Vadim Zealand, and it's a philosophy that offers profound insights into navigating life's rapids with grace and ease. And today we're going to talk about the key principles of reality transurfing, exploring how they can help us transcend the struggles of the mind and find harmony amidst chaos. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathie Owen. Before we get into it, we got to discuss pendulums. What are pendulums in reality transurfing? So pendulums refer to the collective thought patterns and energy fields that exert influence over individuals. It can be things like political parties, your neighborhood you live in, the place you work for. It can be a number of different things, and that is what we want to talk about today. And understanding pendulums and how they affect your energy is important. These pendulums can manifest as societal norms, cultural benefits, or even personal biases, pulling us into their orbit and dictating our actions. Inside reality transurfing, there's a quote that talks about the needy, the indignant, and the fighter. And I have an episode where I talked about that. But they are all manifestations of our reactions to pendulum pressures, leading to inner turmoil and resistance. One of the best ways to deal with a pendulum is humor, or just sit back and watch it and observe it in action. Oh, I see that pendulum in action. I'm just going to watch it play out and let it go. And that's one of the best ways to deal with the pendulum, because it just wants your energy. I have an information packet on pendulums and how to deal with them. You're more than welcome to go download that at www.kathieowen.com/reality-transurfing. So what are our key principles today? That's what we're going to talk about right now. Going with the flow, letting go, and the power of simplicity. What is going with the flow? Going with the flow does not imply passive behavior or even just resignation, but rather a state of alignment with the natural rhythm of life, because things are going to happen. It's like floating down a river with all of these rocks and rapids and everything like that. And then you have calm. Well, what do you do when you flow through the rocks and the rapids? You give way to them, to let them pull you on through and go through. You don't resist it, and you don't act passive. You still are trying to go with the flow, so to speak. By surrendering to the alternatives flow, we relinquish the need to control outcomes and allow solutions to unfold organically. So we just allow what is to be, and we allow solutions to come a lot easier. We don't let the pendulums control us. We don't let the setbacks control us. We allow the emotions to be. This approach requires trust in a higher guidance and a willingness to let go of the ego's need for dominance. So your ego wants to control everything, but sometimes it helps to just trust in a higher power. That can be God, the universe, whatever you see it be, but just let go and allow it to be and go with the flow and trust in the higher guidance that's going to help you. I also like to add that when you trust your higher power, intuition comes in and speaks a lot easier. And I talk about this a lot on my channel. I talk about how when we're trying to control everything, that our decisions don't align to what we're trying to really do. And when you just trust the process, and the next thing we're going to talk about is letting go. But when you do that, things just happen easily and decisions come more rapidly and simplistic. And of course, we're going to talk about letting go. One of my favorite books is Letting Go by Dr. David Hawkins. And it talks about letting go and the power that comes with that. Letting go is perhaps the most challenging yet most liberating aspect of reality transurfing, as it requires releasing attachment to outcomes and expectations. Oh my goodness, I let go of so many different things when it came to my divorce and my custody battle that lasted 14 years. I had to let go of the attachments I had to what was being a mom, what's considered a mom. And I let go of so much. And when I did that, it opened the doors. It actually opened the floodgates to much bigger and better things. By detaching from the drama of life and adopting an observer mindset, we free ourselves from the grip of pendulum influence. By detaching from the drama. Let go from the drama, just observe it from a distance, as I said before, when you deal with a pendulum. Letting go does not mean apathy or indifference, but rather a profound acceptance of what is and a trust in the inherent order of the universe. When it comes to this little statement, it doesn't mean apathy or indifference. I've got two things. Number one, the news and what's coming in. And I talk about this a lot too. So in the gym this morning, they have it on CNN, they have it on Fox, and there was some kind of incident where police officers got killed and there was drama going on. And the first thing I ask myself is, what can I do with this information? I really don't want it in me, but it's in the gym and it was on the TV. So I am now aware of it. It's in my awareness. I practice Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. Anytime something like that comes into my awareness, that's just a pendulum that wants my attention. It wants me to get really upset. Yes, this does upset me. But at the same time, what can I personally do about it? I can pray about it. I can let go of the pain and let go of the anguish. And another thing, the other topic that I talk about often is toxic positivity. This is not apathy. It is not, what did I say earlier? It's not even indifference. It's just a profound acceptance of what is and a trust in the inherent order of the universe. That's why Ho'oponopono helps me. But I will also include a link in the show notes and description below to toxic positivity articles that I have written and the power of simplicity. So the idea that solutions to life challenges can be found in the path of least resistance. Resistance will persist if you stick with it. So, for example, if I kept watching the news, I would keep resisting it. I would keep resisting. I said my prayer, I let it go, and the pendulum just went away. And what happens when you do that? You keep it simple, first of all. But second of all, you enable your brain to make healthier decisions and healthier choices rather than staying in that victim mentality. Complexity arises when the mind becomes entangled in the web of the pendulum-driven thoughts and emotions, obscuring our innate wisdom. Our innate wisdom, to me, is intuition. And when you let go and you don't attach to the pendulum, you don't get sucked into the drama, it makes a big, big difference. And your brain is, like I said, it's going to make healthier choices and help you. And by embracing simplicity and clarity, we entangle ourselves from the complexities of the mind and tap into the infinite possibilities of the alternatives flow. Infinite possibilities of the alternative flow. Whenever somebody approaches me with a situation where they're having a problem or they're perceiving it to be a big problem, I tell them there are infinite solutions to every problem. And that's true but when you embrace simplicity and when you embrace clarity, the pendulum is not going to hook you and pull you in the wrong direction. It's going to stay where it is, let it go. And then you find the simplicity, you find the ease. That's why I love Ho'oponopono, because it is so simple. It is so easy, and it can and will transform your world. So let's talk about practical strategies for applying these principles. Cultivate mindfulness. Practice mindfulness meditation to quiet the chatter of the mind and cultivate inner clarity. So I talked about this a lot too on my channel. I ran into roadblocks, stumbling blocks in my content creation lately. And when I did that, I just sat back and I watched and I observed and I thought about my future strategies, how I'd work on this. And I talked about how I started creating these mind maps while I was in limbo because I didn't have my videos coming up. I didn't have any content in the pipeline. And working from the mind map not only helps me, but it also helps you to learn exactly what I'm teaching. You can download a copy of the mind maps. There's a link in the show notes and description below. And those mind maps, you can take them and work with them and work off of them. So let's say you're at the Cultivate Mindfulness. You could create some little tips that you learned in here about how you could start cultivating mindfulness in your distracted world, in your world where you're trying to accomplish something and you have to go with the flow and realize that that's going to get you through it. And then trust your intuition. I've alluded to this often, but your intuition knows the way. And when you trust your intuition, you practice things like Ho'oponopono when you see or hear about scary things in the news. And when you practice that, first of all, it cultivates mindfulness. Then it activates your intuition. It calms your mind so you can hear your intuition. So you listen to your inner guidance and follow the subtle whispers of intuition that guide you towards your desired reality. My mentor has been coaching this many, many times lately, just to sit still. Sit still and the answers will come. And because my content creation was put on hold, I had to sit still. I had to sit still and I had to listen. And I also had an injury in my arm that I wasn't able to work out like I used to. I mean, it's gone, it's healed, but at the same time, I wasn't able to train like I usually do. And I learned so much in that stillness that I activated that for future reference. So things come together quicker and better and easier, including my workouts. Oh, and I love releasing attachment. When you let go of attachment to outcomes and surrender to the natural unfolding of life, trusting that everything is working out as it should. One of my mantras when I'm stressed and when I'm really upset is everything is working out as it should. It helps me calm down. It helps me regain my composure. It helps me to not dwell on what may be happening in the outside world. And it helps me to let go of those attachments to how I think things should be, which may not be what's in alignment for me or what's not in the best interest of our life. And then embrace simplicity. That's why I love Ho'oponopono, because it is so simple. But simplify your life by decluttering your environment, prioritizing your commitments, and focusing on what truly matters. So, in conclusion, reality transurfing offers profound paradigm shift in how we approach life's challenges. So, reality transurfing is a long, long book. It's got so many profound insights. I can open up the book to any page at any time, and I find solutions to whatever I'm going through. And it's very interesting how that works and how that is. Yes, the book is expensive, but I actually waited until I had a gift card and I bought the book. I just said, I've got to have this book. I have the hard copy, I have the Kindle version, and I go to it often. I get highlights from the book often in my readwise, and I learn something new every time I turn to it. It's a profound philosophy of life that will drastically change your life. And understanding the nature of pendulums, embracing simplicity, and trusting the alternatives flow, we can navigate life's rapids with greater ease and serenity. That little line right there is the total encompassing way of this entire video. It's understanding the nature of pendulums, which are just thought structures that everybody thinks. They're very contagious. They only want your energy. But when you embrace simplicity and you trust in the flow of life and you navigate the rapids with greater ease and serenity, that's where your power lies, my friend. And that's what I want for you. As we let go of resistance and embrace the guiding signs of the universe, we discover a profound sense of peace and alignment with our true path. So let go of resistance, because what you resist persists, and embrace the guiding signs of the universe, because the signs are always there. The synchronicities are always there. It's just oftentimes we do not see them for the resistance that's in place. And then finally, you unlock the limitless possibilities of our reality. For like I said, there are infinite solutions to every problem. And when you embrace that, you unlock limitless possibilities. And that's what I want for you. All right, that's my video today. I trust that you found it helpful. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I will see you next time. Peace out and namaste. Be out.